All right, guys, you heard the question. You saw the thumbnail. You read the title. Let me break it down for you. What is up, guys? DJ Eastwood here. This is the Run It Back podcast. Thank you for tuning in. As always, hit that subscribe button for passionate Philly sports takes every day. I am on a streak of about 15 days in a row posting a video, and I'm going to keep that going for you guys. All right, so the other night, Zion Williamson had his NBA debut, and he was slow the first three quarters as he was on a minutes restriction at 4 minutes a quarter, basically. And the fourth quarter, he just kind of unleashed. He took the ball at the top of the key and shot wide open threes and hit them and went 4 for 4. Okay. Now, of course, the national media took it upon themselves to talk about Ben Simmons once this happened. What I saw on Twitter was that the Philadelphia fan base and Ben Simmons fan base were very upset with this, and they were saying things like, why don't you guys get a new take? How does Zion have anything to do with Ben Simmons? It's pathetic that you always have to bring up Ben Simmons when talking about other players, and so on and so on and so on. And I was looking at it, and I was like, what do you mean? Why do you have to bring up Ben Simmons when talking about Zion Williamson? How can you not clearly see that how can you not clearly see the correlation here? Okay? If you can't see the correlation here, let me break it down for you real quick. 2 number 1 draft picks, 2 extremely hyped, transcendent talents, okay? Ben Simmons was the most hyped player since LeBron James. Zion Williamson was the most hyped player since Ben Simmons, all right? The reason people are bringing up Ben Simmons in this conversation is because in his third NBA season, he is still having some sort of anxiety when it comes to shooting the ball from the outside, which is hurting the spacing on the floor, which is making it difficult for every other player on the floor to play their game at their max level. And it's hindering his own game because he could be a top 5, top 10 NBA superstar if he would open up his game, and he has still refused to do it in his third season. And it all has to do with this thing called confidence and killer instinct, and you just have to want it, okay? This is my thing with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons does not want to prove the haters wrong or prove to anybody that he can shoot the ball. He's not interested in that. He just wants to play the game that he's playing right now and continue playing the game that he's playing right now, which would be fine if he wasn't the most hyped player since LeBron James. Let's get to Zion. Zion plays 1 NBA game on a coming off of a torn ACL on a minutes restriction. Okay, wasn't even really supposed to do anything in the game, just supposed to get his conditioning up. And in the fourth quarter, when he finally got the ball at the top of the key and the defense sagged off and dared him to shoot it, he shot the ball. And he shot the ball 4 times. How would you expect people to not talk about Ben Simmons when he's in his third NBA season, still refusing to shoot and open up his game, and the player that's been hyped the most since him just shot 4 of them in his first NBA game? A couple weeks back, Ja Morant hit a couple threes in a game, and they interviewed him after the game, and he said, I'm just out here proving the haters wrong. They said I can't shoot. I'm proving to them that I can shoot. That's a kid in his first NBA season who is interested in maximizing his game and being a star and shutting up the haters who say he can't shoot. We have a guy who's in his third NBA season, his 4th year in the league, who still doesn't care to open up his game and shoot the ball. So that's why. It's not a shock that they're comparing Ben Simmons to Zion Williamson. It's actually pretty obvious if you ask me, okay? Now I want you to look at things like this. How hyped Zion Williamson is right now, okay, in his rookie season. How hyped he was coming into this draft. He's supposed to be the transcendent player. He might be the face of the NBA moving forward, right? Fast forward to 4 years from now. Zion Williamson is in his... Okay, fast forward to 3 years from now. Zion Williamson is in his third NBA season. and he is still refusing to shoot the ball, and he's averaging 14.5 points per game, and he's the fourth leading scorer on his team who is underperforming their championship potential expectations. Would that be a disappointment? If Zion Williamson right now, 3 years from now, was scoring 14 points per game, that would be a disappointment, would it not? I'm just saying that's how hyped Ben Simmons was, and he's not opening up his game to its fullest potential. That's all. It's not bashing. It's not hate. It's objectivity. It's observation. It's calling things what they are. It's keeping it real and saying what it is, man. That's it. That's my take on Zion and Ben Simmons. And I hope Ben Simmons not making the All-Star game as a starter over Luka Doncic, Kemba Walker, and these guys really lights a fire under him and makes him say to himself, all right, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right, Sixers news here. Josh Richardson is injured with the hamstring. We all know that. We're already down in Embiid. We already don't have enough ball-handling guards as it is. And now we lose Josh Richardson, and he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, which, as you know, the Sixers medical staff, in the language of the Sixers medical staff, that means that we will hear something in about a month, and then he might be reevaluated again, and then you never know if he's ever going to play a game again. This just couldn't come at a worse time, and now we have to look at what the Sixers do moving forward, because you don't have any ball-handling guards on the team. You got Trey Burke, who's buried deep on the bench for whatever reason. Now you're down Josh Richardson. I don't have a good feeling about this at all, okay? So what do the Sixers do? Do they call somebody up? Do the Sixers call somebody up? Let's just look at some quick numbers here. Zaire Smith is shooting 48% from three-point range in his last 6 games. We all know Brett Brown has a new obsession with jacking as many threes as possible. I would say a young kid who's shooting 48% should maybe get a chance to play on the NBA level. Now, Brett Brown's thing is that he's so reluctant to play young players. He's so reluctant to throw a young player out there on the floor and just let him see how he does. But if you looked at the bench last game and what I called the death lineup, how could you not? I mean, you had Shake Milton and Norvel Pell out there. You know, you got Raul Neto, Korkmaz, and Mike Scott on the floor all at the same time. Like, that bench lineup is horrendous. It can't get any worse than that. So why would you not just throw a new face out there and see what happens? And if the guy stinks it up, get his ass off the floor. It's not that complicated. Let's talk about the transcendent, big topic in the Sixers world right now, and that is Marial Shayok. Okay, people have been asking me to do a video on him and give my opinion on him and whether or not we should call him up. And I was going to make a whole video, but I don't think it would be that much material to really talk about for 10, 15 minutes. But I'm going to talk about Marial Shayok right now. He's exactly what we need. He's a combo guard. He can take people off the dribble. He can get to his mid-range. He can shoot wide-open threes. He can shoot step-back threes. He can catch and shoot threes. He can get all the way to the rim. He can run the fast break. It seems like a perfect combination of player that we need. They haven't called him up yet, and nobody really knows why. What I want to say is that the assumption would be that this guy is a young kid, right, in the G League. He's a young kid. No, he's 24 years old. He played 4 years of college basketball. He is NBA ready. If Matisse Thybulle is NBA ready, Marial Shayok is NBA ready. Just call him up, Sixers. What do you have to lose at this point? We have no guards. No scoring guards on this team. His numbers recently, 22.3 points per game. He's shooting 37.5% from 3 on 7.6 attempts per game. He's shooting 50.1% from 2-point range on 11.1 attempts per game. He is a dynamic combo guard, and I think it would be in the Sixers' best interest to bring him up and give him a shot. I mean, what do we have to lose here? Looking at the Sixers and Lakers game, the Lakers on a Saturday night, man, What are we going to see from Ben Simmons? Are we going to see a more aggressive Ben Simmons? Is he going to finish the game with more than 7 shot attempts? Are we going to see a better Tobias Harris? Tobias Harris had 2 points in the fourth quarter last game. 2 points. You're the max contract player. You're talking about you want to be a closer. You want to be the go-to guy down the stretch. 2 points in the fourth quarter? You got to give me more than that, Tobias. Come on. Al Horford, got to be better. Al Horford's got to be better. $100 million backup center. He finished the game with 9 points on 3 for 11. Now, I will say this. I said before, what are the odds all these players come here and have the worst numbers of their career? At some point, you start looking at the coaching staff and the scheme and everything, right? Al Horford, in his 12-year career, has never shot as many spot-up threes in a single season as he has already shot this season. What does that tell you? You tell me in the comments what that tells you, because I don't even have to answer that one. Al Horford's not a spot-up shooter. Al Horford's a pick-and-pop center. He had success in Boston. He was surrounded by Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, Markieff Morris, all these guys that can shoot, dribble, drive, penetrate. We don't have any of those guys. Zero. We have 0 of those guys. Oh, my goodness. I think you got to play a combo point guard alongside Ben Simmons. I'm going to say it every video. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to say it a million times a week, a month, a year, forever until Brett Brown gets it, because clearly he watches my videos. I'm kidding. He doesn't watch my videos. Will we see Trey Burke tonight? Being out Josh Richardson, will we at least see Trey Burke? I'm fine with Hollow Neto playing alongside Ben Simmons. All I'm saying play a point guard with him. Play somebody that can open up the floor and let his game be easier for him. When you put Ben Simmons out there surrounded by a bunch of forwards, there's no guards on the floor. Ben can't create in the half court. It's a wrap. Just play a point guard with him. I don't give a damn if it's Howell Neto. I don't think the guy's great, but just play somebody alongside Ben Simmons. My question is, why is it either Neto or Trey Burke? Why is it one or the other with Brett Brown? It seems like before the game or before the week or before the month, actually, he decides which point guard he's going to play for that month. I'm going to play Trey Burke this month. Okay, it's January. I'm going to play Neto, okay, because Berkey's not doing too hot. I don't understand why it's one or the other. If you put Neto out there and he's stinking it up, put him on the bench and put Trey Burke in the game. It's almost like this guy cannot make in-game decisions. It's been years now where he can't make in-game decisions. I told you guys before, Markelle Fultz had 16 points at halftime, and he benched him for TJ McConnell, who was getting roasted defensively and could not make the adjustment to put Markelle back in the game. I'm blown away by some of his decisions as of late. We're going to see if he gets better, if he keeps improving, or if he improves on the things that he's been doing, but I don't have a good feeling about it. Call me negative all you want. Oh, man. Will LeBron James egg Ben Simmons on to shoot a three in this game? Now, Ben Simmons has shot the most threes in a season so far this year, which is promising, but it's not a lot, dude. It's like 1 every 20 games. Come on. And some people predicted that in the beginning. But the year before that, LeBron James was the single person who got Ben Simmons to shoot a three in a game. And Joel Embiid and those guys talked about it after the game, and I still think it's just pathetic that we're trying to beg an NBA player to shoot the ball. But aside from that, LeBron James was playing on the Cavs, maybe? No, he was on the Lakers. And he was guarding Ben Simmons all the way in the paint. And you could see during timeouts or during in-between plays, LeBron was talking to Ben Simmons because he's been his mentor for a long time. They've been friends for a long time. LeBron and Ben have worked out together in the summer. Like, Ben Simmons looks up to him and wants to be like him. But he won't shoot the ball. But LeBron basically was telling him, you're going to shoot a three in this game. And finally, they came down. LeBron was nowhere near him, 20 feet off, like everybody else plays him. And Ben just pulled up from the top of the key. Now, he missed it, but LeBron James got him to shoot the ball. I would love for that to happen in this game because LeBron cares about him. Obviously, LeBron wants to beat the Sixers, but LeBron's a good dude, and he cares about his people, and Ben Simmons is one of his people, and I think he can motivate Ben Simmons to shoot the ball in this game. I would love for that to happen. In closing, will Brett Brown make adjustments? Will Mariel Shayok be called up at any point moving forward? What are we going to do without Josh Richardson? Jason Richardson, yeah, that dude's old as hell. And I just want to end it by saying this. At the end of last game, when the Sixers shot 46 three-point attempts and everyone was freaking out about how many threes they shot, Brett Brown said post-game, well, we shot 39%, so the way I see it, we should have shot 58 threes. That's actual words that came out of this dude's mouth. You guys let me know what you think, man, leading up to this Lakers game. Let me know what you think of the Zion Williamson, Ben Simmons discussion. If it's right, if it's wrong, give me your opinion. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, let me know, man. Hit the like button on this video to help me rank in YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this daily Sixers, Eagles, Phillies content. And I will see you guys in the next video. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is the Run It Back Podcast.